Now what's coming next is my favourite part of the day. It's where we get to hear from organisations and individuals who are making our programmes. So first of all, I'd like to welcome the team from Everything is Possible. Everything is Possible is a small organisation that for the past 10 years has been working to have an impact, a massive impact on young people in their area. They specialise in international mobility opportunities for young people, many of whom have fewer opportunities or on the margins of society. So they're a brilliant organisation and they do a lot of work within the programmes. And so I'd like you to give a warm welcome to Claire, Aidan, Sam and Sammy, who are going to be talking about their experiences.
Thank you, Faye. Well, just to start, Faye is right, we are brilliant. It's an amazing organisation, so thanks for the introduction. Okay, hopefully on the screen in a moment, I'm just going to explain what this is. This is a couple of programmes that we've been involved with over the last 10 years. Aidan and Sam are going to talk about their experiences. Sam has been on a volunteering project in Peru, and you're actually going to see a different volunteering project which is in India, but it's just to give you an idea of the programmes we do. Aidan's then going to talk about Leonardo training project. He didn't go to Sweden. This one in Sweden is another example. He actually went to Lampedusa, which is an Italian island. But just to give you an idea of some of the things we do, and I'm so pleased to be able to showcase our holding signs like it's being done downstairs, so you can see that actually it was you saw it here first. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about our organisation, Everything's Possible. We've been operating for 10 years, and we started off as specifically working with inclusion. So we set up because we were meeting a lot of young people that were from really deprived backgrounds, young people who've been in prison, young parents, young people who were on the margins of society really. And we found some of the programmes weren't accessible for them. So we really wanted to make the programmes more accessible. We started off by sending a group of 10 young people to Norway, and 2 young people in this group. One was a young man who was living on the streets of London, street homeless, living in cardboard boxes. And there was a young woman who had had a baby when she was 15. She was 17 when we started working with her, and we actually sent her to Norway with her young boy. These were 2 of the people whose lives have changed in our first year of operation. And we really wanted to go on and build on that and continue to work with this target group of young people that were experiencing problems. So over the last 10 years we've really changed and moved on in the areas that we work in. Inclusion is still our primary work, with 75% of our work being with people from marginalised backgrounds or fewer opportunities. But we've actually started to work with about 25% of people who wouldn't be from these backgrounds, maybe graduates, other people offering different experiences. And this has been because we wanted to expand the areas we're working in, the countries we're working in. We've really pushed the boundaries. We're working now all over the world. We've got a lot of projects in Latin America, in India, Africa, the Caribbean. And for these countries, we feel that to be able to send our primary target group, we really need to get to know the organisations, get to know the places. Obviously, if we're working with a young person in Spain, they have a problem, it's very easy for us to go out and resolve that. If they're in Jamaica or Peru, it's a much bigger, obviously much more expensive and a much longer journey. So we've really wanted to establish our relationship with the organisations before we start working with inclusion in these pockets. Loads of programmes we're involved with. We've got on your tables, you should have this little DVD. Raphael, who gives away Raphael joined us on a project called the Burundi Assistantship, which is an amazing project. I can't tell you about it now because Joe's going to be telling me I don't have time. But if you speak to Raphael, he can tell you a little bit more about his experience and the way that he's been able to spend 9 months with us on a funded placement. He's done an amazing job with our visibility. The 2 videos that you're seeing here, and also 3 other videos about different programmes that we're working with are on these CDs, so hopefully people will take them home and watch them. We feel that some of them are quite inspirational, if we dare to say it. We've worked with, for 10 years we've worked with the European Voluntary Service, and over the last 5 years we've been starting to work with Leonardo Mobility Projects, which are offering young people, or we specifically work with young people, but anybody, the chance to go abroad and experience a training programme overseas. We've had some wonderful experiences with learner workshops. I don't know if you know these, but they're fantastic programmes. We had one 2 years ago which was around culture and heritage. We've got another one that you can see on here which is around media, and Aidan will talk a little bit in a few minutes about his experience on this workshop. We're doing one next year on sport. I don't want to promote it too much because I know it's very competitive and not many can be funded, and we want to continue to receive funding, but I would investigate it because it's absolutely amazing. We run some phenomenal programmes in it. We did another programme funded by the executive agency called Black Butterfly. This was a photography programme working with street kids in Latin America. So we have 6 countries in Latin America who were working with young people who were street working youths. And again, Sammy was involved with that and can tell you a little bit more. We've got some photo booklets that Raphael has produced that you can have a look at. So we've had some amazing experiences. I won't talk too long. I've just come back from Iceland and I don't own a watch, so I've just bought myself a watch in the airport so that I could keep to time. But I realised when I looked at it this morning, it hasn't got a battery, so sorry, Joe. I did try. Anyway, I won't talk anymore because I know it's really Sam and Aidan you want to hear from. What I would say is my little boy here, he's just asleep at the moment, but Malachi and I are going to be around all day today. I'd love to talk more to people about the programmes we've been involved with. And I was just counting yesterday when we were coming back from Iceland that he's 7 months old now, he's been to 7 countries. And I think he's just decided when he turns 18 which is going to be the country he chooses his voluntary service in. But on a serious note, we really try as an organisation to push the boundaries, to try and inspire a little bit. We work with a lot of young parents, a lot of people who think with a child you can't travel, and we try and prove that that's wrong. We try and really encourage young people to believe in themselves, and a lot of young people we're working with that maybe with the passport things aren't possible. We believe in them, and we try and encourage them to believe in themselves and really push boundaries and see what's possible for them. So for us, this opportunity to tell the story of some of our people that we've supported, some of our experiences in organisations, such a wonderful experience. We're really happy to be here. So, I'm going to hand you over first of all to Sammy and Aidan. Sammy is a youth worker that's worked with Everything's Possible on various programmes, and he's going to interview Aidan about a couple of his experiences, one working on a learner workshop and one on a Leonardo Mobility project in Lampedusa. And then after that, Sam's going to speak about his long-term voluntary service in Peru that started off as a 6-month project but ended up being a 10-month project.